Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode. This week, I'm actually going back to my mom's place. And I promised a while ago that I'd make her some bread because I tried making it this past week. Turned out great, and so I went to her house to make it. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the recipe, how to make it yourself at home. It's super duper easy. All you need is just the tin, flour, and I'll get into the rest of it after the end. Let's go. Alrighty guys, so we started off the day really nice. It is a beautiful, it's been so gorgeous here in Vancouver. I just feel super duper blessed because I actually got the chance to ride my new bike around, and the video for that is coming actually this Friday. So if you're into that kind of stuff, stick around for it. I'm going to be doing a full review on the bike. Actually, the first one's going to be an unboxing, and then I'm going to be doing a full review on it. I've been riding it. I rode it around this morning. It's amazing. But let's get back to our current video right now. So I went to my mom's place in Chilliwack to make her some bread and to hang out with her, of course, because I do this on a weekly basis. I'll go and hang out with them, chat, figure out some stuff, and I actually had to figure out a couple other things while I was there. They got into an argument, so I had to help separate the whole thing. They started off really nice. I wake up really early now, so really early in brackets. I wake up at 7 a.m. and I'm slowly trying to work myself to 5:30 a.m. because, as I said in my last video, I want to be up before the sun so I can bike along the Granville and or Burrard Bridge before the sun comes up, because I think that'd be really pretty. So woke up early, got all my things done, wrote down a list of stuff that I had to do on a daily basis. So it was like make music, make my bed, work out, just stuff so like that I can check off so that I can actually get things accomplished throughout my day. Once we actually got going, me and Mark decided we were going to go back to Chilliwack. Jack stayed here because he had to do something else. Me and Mark went to Chilliwack in Jack's car, and it was such a beautiful morning as well. We go along, and the highway was actually pretty nice. There wasn't too much traffic. We left around 10-ish, 10 to 11, and we didn't really catch any traffic until we got all the way up to Langley, and there was super backed up, but it slowly kind of started to process through. It's the area where the construction cuts the lanes into two, and hopefully those two, the construction there finishes pretty soon, so that we could have those 3 or 4 lanes. I can't remember how many there are actually. Just that area would be nice to have a little bit more lanes so they can get the traffic flowing a little bit more. We made it all the way to Chilliwack. My mom actually had to leave at 3, so I had to make this bread pretty quickly. So I'm gonna walk you guys through it step by step. Let's go. Step number 1, guys, we gotta grab the yeast. I used a tablespoon of yeast in this recipe. It was 2/3 a cup of warm water, and I let that rest for about 5 minutes. Really looking for is a little bit of foaminess, a little bit of fluffiness forming at the top of this water. After the 5 minutes, should be ready to go, and then move on to the rest of the ingredients. The rest of the ingredients are going in right after the yeast rises. It's gonna be the sugar, the salt, butter, room temperature butter, by the way, and I'll put a link to the recipe that I followed in the description below, guys, if you want to check it out for yourself. I'm going to tell you what steps I skipped, and I still accomplished something really tasty, really delicious. Cut down on the time quite a bit. If there's any bakers who are watching this, are probably going to scream at me for this, but I cut down on a few steps to save you guys some time, and it still turned out pretty well. The second time. First time it wasn't that good, but the second time it was fantastic. We got the sugar, we got the salt, we got the butter. After we let the yeast dissolve, also I have the recipe that I'm going to be linking down in the description below, just because I only want to make 1 loaf, not 2, and this recipe is for 2. So after the yeast rises for 5 minutes, we are going to, it was water, sugar, salt, room temperature butter, and then 5 cups of flour, and stir to combine. Mix. What we're looking for is a tacky, not sticky ball of dough. And what we're gonna do is, as soon as we get that nice tacky ball of dough, everything's well combined in there. It's feeling a little elasticy. Yeah, so we're looking for a really tacky ball of dough. We're gonna put it inside of this bowl, and we're gonna let that rise for about an hour. We're looking for it to double in size and become super duper airy. So we're gonna set the timer, and then me and my sister actually decided to go do some things. We watched some movies. My sister was working downstairs. She actually works from home. Once the dough finished rising, all we're gonna do, this is the step I skip on here because the recipe they give 3 rounds to let the dough rise. I only do 2. So after the dough is finished rising for an hour, I take it out and I kind of fold it and like pull it down so it makes kind of like a mushroom top at the top. I put that inside of my well buttered tin. I'm going to show you guys in the video here. It's like a loaf tin. I'm going to well butter that. I'm going to put it inside. I'm going to cover in a place with no draft. I literally just put it on top of the oven so that I could get a little bit of residual heat, but not too much to cook it, and let that rise for about 30 minutes. We just wait for the results. Boom, we come back. It's nice and fluffy. I'm going to cover it with a little bit of butter. I'm going to brush it on. I don't have a brush. I just used a knife. We're going to cover that. We're going to put it in the oven for 30 minutes. Me and my sister don't really get to hang out that often, so what we did is as soon as I put the bread in the oven, we decided to quickly run to Starbucks, and so we can get like a little drinky poo, because I don't know, it's really nice just to go out with her. I miss her quite a bit sometimes. Yeah, we go all the way to Starbucks, we grab our drink. I actually decided to get something that I usually don't get, which is a venti rooibos tea latte, delicious, iced of course, because it was super duper hot, and it's really nice if you're feeling more calm and you just want something that tastes, and you don't really want it like a jolt of caffeine or anything else. While we're there, I set a timer on my phone so that I would know when to come back. I actually ended up running out of time, and the timer went off when we were still leaving the drive-thru, so we had to get back super duper quickly, and I swear I thought the bread was gonna burn, and I was gonna be so upset because like I promised them I was gonna make them bread when I came over. But we got there, and all that happened was the bread just got a little bit extra crispy on top. My mom doesn't really have like an actual cooling rack, so we just grabbed this, like the racks from inside the oven, we put on top, and then we put the bread on top of that, let it rest for a little bit. I got super impatient, I think is the best word for it. I got super impatient, and I really wanted to have a slice of bread, and also I had to leave by 6 p.m. so that I could be back here because I had to do a couple other things while I was here. So I quickly took a slice of the bread at the very end, the end piece, because it's the best piece. It was absolutely fantastic. The shape was amazing. It was perfect. The first one I did was overgrown. I put too much yeast in the first one. This one turned out perfect, crispy top. Put some butter on top of that, and I cut it up. The interior was fluffy and great. Guys, if you really want to try some amazing bread, make this for yourself. It's fantastic. It's honestly super duper easy. There's a little bit of cleanup to do, but it's super easy. And then once you cut those thick slices of bread, and then you can make like a really delicious peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or almond butter and jelly sandwich, or just any type of sandwich, or like, yeah, like imagine doing grilled cheese with one of these guys. It would be absolutely incredible, and your house smells like bread for hours. Guys, if you haven't tried this, I strongly recommend trying this. I personally love baking and cooking as well, and I think I might be doing something on my Instagram and here more regularly with baking, cooking, and I'll probably even throw in some mate, and if you guys don't know what that is, I will be updating you pretty soon. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. We're doing an amazing job, guys. We are already at 70 subscribers, so close to 100, guys. Let's keep this going. We're at about 69% of you who actually watch my videos don't subscribe, but it's no problem. I'm gonna keep pumping out awesome content for you guys. If you guys think I deserve it, please subscribe, like the video, and I will see you guys in the next video.